shaking underneath, trying to take me alive. Get ready for the fallout. Can't stop me now. I got no rival. I'ma find my way through the blood and pain game of survival. Anytime or place, watch 'em run away. I got none. I'll be standing on my own, never gonna take my throne. I got no rival. Watch 'em run away. I got no, I got no rival.
Hello, welcome back to another prediction show. We are back with week 24. I know it's been a few weeks with the midweek games, etc., etc., but you do know we only cover the weekend fixtures. And yes, looking forward to another week of good results. I felt I had a good week last week. I had a really good week. Narrowed my points telling right down, which was always nice to see when you've been bottom for so long. But that said, thank you very much for tuning in. Really do appreciate everyone coming on. You've all been fantastic, so please do keep showing that love and support. I'll bring Anthony in just a minute. If you're wondering why I feel like I'm talking through my nose, I'm full of a cold, so I apologise. Not that you're going to get any disease for a camera, but if I cough, sneeze, you see me with a bit of tissue pressed against my nose, then that's why. That said, please do, if you haven't already, do absolutely smash a like on this video, as you legends always do. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and also hit that notification bell if you want to be notified when we next go live. You can also, as it says it here, to like me and my mate Vinny. It says it there, to like and share. So if you could do that as well, like, share, and subscribe, as it says. We are on socials. We're on quite a few of them, actually. And, well, here's a little video to show you where you can spot us. And here he is, the dirty Bristolian, a man that can only put Ian Holloway's humour to shame, is what I was going. I was going to call him just Ollie for short, like people call him, but I went down a different route.
Put him to shame. Yeah.
How have you been, pal? You all right?
Well, not too bad. I mean, I've come off a stream, top 10 battles, and a ginger one, a person popped in and balls up my rotation. So I can't let anything out the bag, or if I can, but yeah.
Well,
he knows.
I feel for that guy. I feel for that guy.
Yeah,
honestly.
Yeah.
Us gingers get a lot of stick, so I understand his pain. No, I'm glad to see you're all right. You're taking it all in your stride. But you do a show for one of the many teams that you support, the Arsenal, who at the moment have peaked, and it's starting to creep over that bit of a dip. Fingers crossed it doesn't get like that, obviously, for yourselves. But you are an Arsenal supporter, and you do your own show. Fridays, 9 o'clock. Tell people where they can go and see that.
Yeah, I do a show. It's called Gunners from All Corners. Friday nights at 9 o'clock. We get Arsenal fans on there, just talking about the Arsenal content. Obviously, about the game we just played against Man City. So there's going to be a lot of angry Arsenal fans on there. I can't blame them because I'm probably one of them myself. And and obviously the last three games was absolutely dire. I mean, I would have liked to beat Everton and Brentford, but if it means beating them and taking a loss against Man City, I would have took that,
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it wasn't to be. And then we're slowly going down in the dip. If you don't win anything this season, Arteta, I think he should go.
No, I mean, fair shout. Fair shout. It looked on, and now it's looking bleak again. Where's that 8 point difference gone, or six, however it was?
Yeah,
It
it's totally gone.
just let it slip, let it slip.
Is there?
But you can, you know, people if they want to get in touch with Anthony to get on, whether they're Arsenal supporters,
Yeah,
and stuff like that. Anthony's link to his Twitter page is in the description below. So please do give him a message and get in touch.
yeah.
But we
I do
also do
read out
another
every
show
single
together.
question as well. I do read out every single one's questions as well. If you're Burnley fans, your questions are just going to get skipped.
Until next season when it's match day. But
Yeah,
we also do another show with Brad.
yeah,
As you said, top 10 battles. There's also some other ginger kid on there apparently, but must have been my replacement while I've been away. But either way, uh, Brad's channel's great as well. A good laugh. We do some good stuff on there with him. The link to top 10 battles is in the description as well. So please do go show your support there. Let's get through some of the comments then before we get into the nitty gritty of this week's football. Henry's in the chat, says, "Good evening. I've just finished my stream. Hope you're well. I am, apart from full of a cold, I'm all right in myself, I think." Henry says, "England women are winning 3-0 to that in a 4-team tourney." I'll have a look at that after. My phone's on charge at the moment, but I will have a look at that after. Henry. Kate says, "Anthony's well and truly stole my crown, and Daniel's not far behind. I was made for Premier League football, not Championship, just like Burnley."
Ooh,
Get it in there.
that's a good one.
Get it in. Henry's in. Says, "I have 71 subs at the moment. Woohoo! Keep that going. Whatever you're doing, it's on the up. So keep going, Henry.
Yeah,
That's great stuff." Lisa's in as well. Lisa Coyle's in the chat. "Evening to yourself. Hope you are well." Henry saying hi to everyone as well. And as Kate says, give this video a thumbs up if you haven't already. Smash that subscribe button. And yeah, try and help us get to where we need to be. And Luke's in the chat as well. Luke's in the chat. "Hello to your big bad self." And you're very, very welcome. Very, very welcome. So yes, last week, Anthony, Kate, well, let's start at the top. You got 7 results correct.
oh, okay.
You got 7 results correct. I got 6. Kate got 3.
Oh, now that means it's
So
pretty close between you and Kate then.
there is only a 3-point swing between me and Kate.
Well, he's all to play for.
It is all to play for. I would happily take second. It's the highest I've ever been.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I'll
yeah,
happily take it.
yeah.
So yeah,
Damn,
bad week for Kate last week, but she'll understand why.
just
She
like
knows
that
why.
finger.
Last week she didn't even look. Last week she didn't even look into it. Usually
Yeah,
she's looking at the table. She's analysing who she's going for. Last week she just went bang, bang, bang. There you go. And it's come back to bite her in the arse.
yes,
And
yeah,
that wasn't just me on Tuesday night. So, so yeah, it's all gone. Pete Tong, ever since have the wheels come off, Anthony. Oh, I got bent wheels.
mm,
They'll have to see. We will have to see. And Kit
yeah.
says, "No need to rub it in, sweetheart." Can you stop calling Anthony sweetheart? Okay. Last time you said you were going upstairs to watch Anthony and listen to his voice. Now you call him sweetheart in the chat. Can't be having
Oh,
this. Kate says, "I can't be arsed. I haven't been bothered past 2 weeks." Say, You've broken her. You've broken her, Anthony.
I know she's terrible. I'm sorry, Kate. I'm sorry, but it's just the way the cookie crumbles.
It does. It does. And if you dip it in your brew long enough, it falls off in lumps. So.
Oh, and it floats and sinks to the bottom. Oh, I've had that. Sticky bicky. I didn't recommend it. Oh, no,
Sticky.
soggy
I've
bicky.
never
It's
called
soggy.
it. Never once, right? Dropped a biscuit in my brew and called it a sticky bicky.
No,
But from
it's
now
soggy
on,
bicky.
I am going for that. I'm going for that, especially when it's got links to a Benidorm legend. Kit says my can't be arsed is showing. I'll get back into it. And does it need stirring? Kate Emery says. I mean, yes, great win for Bristol City over Norwich last week. I mean, again, a grinded out 1-0 win. Fantastic
Yeah.
result all the same at the gate.
Yeah, it was a fantastic result. I went there. I missed a game. A certain individual, as in my brother, was supposed to get me a ticket, but he didn't give me a ticket. So
Probably ate
I,
it.
I yeah, he most probably ate it now and then. Yeah, with some chips. So, but yeah, it was a good win. The good thing about it was obviously getting the win, but it was keeping the clean sheet as well, because that was
Yeah.
more so what we was worried about as City fans with our position down, like obviously down towards the bottom of the table. But we're picking up points, but we seem to be drawing lots of games at the minute. And when you look back at Bristol City, I think Bristol City, even though it's draws and that, I think they're undefeated in I think it's about 8 or 9 games. When you look,
Yeah,
but
you've done well since you beat West Brom in the cup. You've been on a right
yeah,
run.
yeah. So it's good. It could even be 10 games, But I mean, with draws, I'm just happy with draws because you're still getting these points and you're gradually, slowly crawling up the league. I mean, between
Yeah.
us and I think it's Watford in the playoffs. I think we're 7 points out of the playoffs.
I mean, we've
It's
seen,
something
te-
stupid.
seen teams at this stage of the season, falter, fade away. We've seen, we saw Forest do it, a few
Yeah,
years back, bottom of the table, stormed up the division. Who's to say that Bristol City don't have a late entourage push for it? I mean, it's going to be a big ask,
it is going to be a big ask. Yeah,
but who knows? You keep that form going. The
yeah,
train keeps in motion and doesn't derail. It could be a good thing.
yeah. It could be. I think Nigel Pearson is now. He's just gradually getting it through into the players of what he wants and how he wants them to play. In all fairness, they're doing that. We lost our main strikers, to Bournemouth, but I mean, we're still pulling goals out and just gradually keeping the clean sheets as well. So our defense is tightened up more, and we can score goals, but unfortunately, we're not scoring many goals. It only seems to be one, maybe 2 goals a game. But the clean
Don't worry
sheets.
about that. Leicester won the Premier League on 1-0 results. Burnley achieved European football by grinding out 1-0 results. So no matter how they come, whether it's scrappy or not, a win's a win, isn't it?
Points. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So we're just hoping we just go onwards and upwards. Basically, that's all we want this season for us.
Any position better than last year is always a bonus.
Oh,
Always.
definitely.
Always. Claret Zone's in the building. Hope you guys are well. Big hello to yourselves. And Luke says, beating Wigan isn't for everyone, Anthony?
No, I know our result last night was 1-1 against Wiggins. This goes back to the draws of what we said, but I thought I spoke to some lads in work today, and they went to the game, and they said, "Oh, fairness," I said, "Wigan didn't play that bad, but whether they're gonna whether they can take that into their next games, so many games forward, like you know what I
Yeah.
mean." So they got the new manager there now, and they is it
Yeah, Sean Maloney.
Sean Maloney? You obviously used to play for them,
Yeah.
so hopefully he can do something with there and just get them out of relegation, just keep them safe. But we'll soon find out towards the end of the season if that happens.
We sure will. We sure will. As we said, this is the prediction show week 24. So do get your comments in, get your predictions in as we go through the games and dissect them one by one. I'm ready if you're ready.
I'm ready.
Let's do it. Starting off then, Friday night under the lights at the Cardiff City Stadium, 8 o'clock kickoff. Cardiff taken a hit. They've taken a hit this year. They're not performing well, just outside of the bottom three. Although the bottom three are starting to get the odd result here and there now. Worrying times for Cardiff. However, Reading have dropped off from that early season form. They seem to find themselves mid-table now. I think points-wise, not far from about where Bristol City is. So, again, two teams so in and out. How do you see it?
But if you look at the table, it's like what you said. You favour Reading, because Cardiff. This is the worst Cardiff team I've ever seen. Whether they were in the Premier League, whether they were in the Championship, this really is the worst team. Do you know what? Out of the two, I'll have to favour Reading. I'll have to go for Reading for the win. And if that's the case, I can see by this game, I can see Cardiff in that bottom three.
No, that's fair enough. That is fair enough, pal. I myself went for Reading. I just think Cardiff do not have the knack of winning at the moment. Nath, who's another podcaster, does Cardiff City content, NWM. He a massive Cardiff fan, as to say. He wants Vincent 10 out of that club. He says he's poisonous. He said nothing's going right. What that man's done since coming in, changing the badge to a red dragon that apparently doesn't look like a dragon at all. Changing the kits to red. He's just not happy. The fans aren't happy, and I don't blame them. Don't blame them at all. So I've gone with Reading as well. However, Kate has gone with Reading also. So it's a full house on the opening game. Luke's gone for a draw, which makes it all interesting there. As I say, guys, get your predictions in. Let us know what you think. Henry thinks it's a draw as well. Henry thinks it'll be a draw. Be a tough game to call. Very tough game to call. I know there's only 8 or 9 points between them. I think Cardiff have 32. They have 41. Yeah, so 9 points. That's only 9 points between them. They're only a point in front of Bristol City, so I'm sure you would much take a draw or a Cardiff win over that.
But just going over how they're producing, how they're playing it this season at the minute, you've just got to put that slight advantage towards Reading. You've got to.
You have, pal. Why is that just on that? Don't know why that's just on that, but hey ho. So let's see what people are saying. Big John's in the chat. He says the Clarks are going up. The Clarks are going up. Now you're going to believe it. In fact, John, I actually saw you on the screen at the end of the Watford game. Did you have a picture or something with Michael Obafemi? I think he come over to the fans while the Sky cameras were still rolling. I'm sure it was you. And I think you might have been with the missus. I'm not sure. Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, you were on Sky, mate. You were on Sky. So world renowned people. If they want bookings to get John on TV, hit him up. Luke says even though Cardiff won in midweek, I can't see it unless they go on a run now. Then who knows? I mean, look at what Bristol City have done. Can Cardiff emulate that? I don't even think Cardiff fans would believe that they could. So yeah, full house for the first fixture. Swiftly moving on then to the next one. Well. Millwall. They have back-to-back home games now, taking on Sheffield United at the Den, and then on Tuesday night they have us at the Den as well. So they face second and first back-to-back in their home fixtures. Although this time, as I say, at second place, Sheffield United shock result against Borough the other night. Borough were pulling the punches, 3-1 result. Great for them.
Yeah.
Great for Burnley as well, keeping that 8-point gap between themselves and second. 15 points between themselves and third now. But Millwall won't go easy on them. And I know you don't like Millwall, but they will not go easy on them. They just sit outside the playoffs, a point behind Watford.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Do Sheffield United? It's how Sheffield United respond from that result midweek, isn't it?
Yeah, it's true. I think sometimes in the Championship, you get like a team like Sheffield United that get like, it could be like an heavy defeat, whether it's 3-0 or whatever. And they learn from the mistakes from the last game. And obviously, they know themselves they ain't got to repeat that. Obviously, going into this game, I don't think they will repeat that. I think Sheffield United will be up for this game. Um, I think Mill will be up for this game as well, being home and having the advantage at home. But I think you just got to put that one blip aside for Sheffield United, and I'm going to go for a Sheffield United win because Mill were all wankers.
You're not on your own. You're not on your own when you've gone for the away side. Kate has as well. Kate's gone for a Sheffield United win. Luke's gone for a Millwall win.
Yeah.
Henry says as well that they're siding with Sheffield to win as well. Saif says, do you think we will beat Luton? They look like a well-drilled side. You'll find out when we get to the game. When we speak about the game, you will find out. Wait and find out. But yes, it should be. I'll tell you one thing now. I believe it will be a tough one, and we'll speak about that very, very shortly. I went on the fence for this. I went on the fence for this. I just thought Millwall will take some, notion that Sheffield United are beatable.
Yeah.
Sheffield United will want to respond after that shocking result, obviously midweek. Is there also going to be, a bit of a headache from that as well with the way that they pan out? I don't know. I mean, it's all if buts and maybes. That's why we're doing a prediction show, I guess. But yeah, I decided I couldn't separate the two, so I could be wrong. I could
let's
be
see if it
wrong.
don't come in.
If anything, I'd rather Millwall win, obviously, so then it keeps a good distance between us. Yeah, I know that you wouldn't. I know you wouldn't.
Already pushed your luck today.
I'm only saying this because obviously, as a Burnley fan, we need to keep the points distance as far away as possible.
I know. You've already pushed your luck today, Dan. He knows that.
Oh, I love it. Speaking of teams pushing their luck, I'm surprised they're not enjoying the fact that they've got a nosebleed being as high up as they are. How can a team be just on the cusp of the playoffs with only a point outside of the playoffs, but with a -4 goal difference? They have been shat, the Blackburn Rovers, absolute shat. And again, Swansea start the season well, dropped off again. Seems to be a bit of a following picture with some of these sides. However, this one, again, tough one to call.
Yeah, it's sort of tough one to call. I mean, I think at Blackburn, we always say every week on this stream, don't we? Why the hell is Blackburn Rovers up there with a -4 goal difference?
Yeah.
Obviously, they've got to be doing something right, Dan. I mean, even if it means winning 2-1 or 3, they can't seem to get the goal difference down. But they seem to be plugging in. They seem to be picking up points gradually as they go along. With this game, I can still see them in the playoffs, mate. I seriously I can, and I got to be honest with you. I'm gonna go for a Blackburn win on this one. I can see them just edging it.
Dirty bastard. Dirty bastard. That is disgusting.
Oh,
Absolutely disgusting.
cheese and pineapple
You
pizza. Yeah. No, then I'll have it. No, I'm only joking. I'm really joking.
to be honest, this one has split opinion. This one has split opinion. I know Kate's not put a comment in, but Kate went on the fence.
Yeah, I was going
Kate
to go on the
went
fence
on the
with this one.
fence. She's now tapping her answer for some reason, even though she don't need to. I'm right here. I've got them down. You've already put them in. Don't worry. But yeah, just to confirm, she has put a draw.
So,
Like I was going to back them. The only time I backed them was against Wigan. And even then I ummed and ahed about a draw. But I backed Blackburn thinking, nah, this is the time where I think they'll be too good. And guess what? They couldn't even beat Wigan. So no, I'm back to I'm with Henry. I'm going for the Jack Army. I'm going for the Swans to do it and dish the dirt on the unwashed pig heads. I'm not backing him again. Not happening. Not happening. They caught me pants down once and tried to and didn't even do the fit. Didn't even do the biz for me. So up them all. So a nice even split across the board. Nice even split. So none of us all in the same camp with that one. Next up, then, trip to Bloomfield Road Saturday afternoon. Blackpool Stoke, battle of the shittest. Stoke have been crap. They found themselves in 19th position, 37 points. Blackpool, bottom of the league, rock bottom with 28 points. Mick McCarthy has a gigantic task on his hands. But at home against Stoke, these are the games. If you're going to get yourself out of trouble, you need to pick up points in.
Yeah, you do need to pick up points. I think they got the right manager there with Mick McCarthy. Obviously, he comes with that experience, doesn't he? And I always said Blackpool are always good attacking, but they're very poor at defending. Now, if they could just tweak up their defence a little
like
bit.
it, Henry. I like it.
I don't. Even if they did finish in the playoffs, I don't think they'll go up anyway.
Nah, too shit.
But I'm just saying with this one, I think if they tweak up their defence a little bit, that they could give Stoke a good game here. I do want to go for a Blackpool win, but do you know what? I'm going to go on the fence with this one, Dan. I think this one's
On
got
the
a draw.
fence?
Yes, I think this one's got a draw written all over it.
Again, a three-way split. A three-way split again. You've gone straight down the middle. Kate's gone for a Stoke win. I've gone with Foxy. I'm with True Red. And I've gone for the home side. I've gone for Blackpool to get the points. It is a tough game to call, this one. I won't lie to you. As Henry says, I'm on the fence for this game, Dan. It does have that feel to it. So I can understand why Anthony's gone there. Again, this is another one that I think will split opinion. Huddersfield against Birmingham. Huddersfield just appointed Neil Warnock. He'll be in charge for this game. Neil Warnock, usually when he goes into teams, is a man that gets them into the playoffs. He gets them up. He is an old school disciplinarian. He will not take any shit from any of those at Huddersfield. No. Not whatsoever. He could really help the revival of that club massively in this next few months. Birmingham, though, again, they're not doing great. They've lost their last two games now. Sorry, am I reading that right? No, they've lost their last one. I'm reading it from the other side. They lost 2, won 2, lost 1. So they're back to on the losing streak. They're sitting at 18th with 38 points. Huddersfield, obviously, with 28 points, need to close that gap and get themselves out. A win, I think, a win potentially still keeps them in the bottom three for Huddersfield, but it's a step in the right direction if they do. Birmingham again started the season pretty well, and as per usual, found themselves languishing towards the bottom.
Well, all I got to say is that Neil Warnock announced his retirement, didn't he? Not so long ago. And
Indeed.
for him to step back in management at his age, at 74, 75, his sex life must be amazing. So all I'm gonna say is I reckon this is a challenge for Neil Warnock, but he likes the challenge.
Yeah, he
And
does.
it's like what you said, he's a good manager to have in the championship. He gets some playoffs, he gets the team promoted through the playoffs, or he wins in the league. This one is an Huddersfield team. He's gonna survive. He's gonna get them out of the obviously with the relegation, and they will survive. With this one, Birmingham, they blow hot and cold. They do pick out a result out the bag when we don't expect it. But I think with the experience of Neil Warnock at this Huddersfield team, and I think that's the sort of manager that they do need. I think it's just different in their play as well. And they start playing more attractive and fluid football and scoring goals and getting the odd win and picking up the odd points here and there.
But does that come straight in there?
Yeah. Do you know what? I got to go for a Huddersfield win on this one. Seriously, I'm going to go for a Huddersfield win.
That's not bad. Not a bad shout at all. To be honest, you are joined by moi. I've gone for a Huddersfield win as well. I'd like to see Huddersfield do it. Even though Burnley fans have always had a bit of to and fro in between Neil Warnock and Stan Turner. They hated each other.
Yeah.
And obviously, when he was Burnley manager, we always, was on Stan's side. But the more that he's mellowed out as a person, Neil Warnock, I think a lot of people underneath the exterior like him quite a bit. Kate went for a Birmingham win. Luke's gone for a Birmingham win as well. Harry says Troy Deeney and Joby Bellingham win, so Harry's going for Birmingham. Foxy said Huddersfield will grind out a 2-1 win with some Warnock shit house with magic. Blues really hit a miss. You've got to fucking die to get 3 points. That's what he'll bring you. That's what he will bring you.
I watched that video today in work.
It's classic. Absolutely classic.
Yeah.
But he's just something else, is Neil Warnock. And if he's still got it in him to be able to turn it around, then fair play. I'm sure.
You know what they based him on? Do you know that you actually watch the videos of Neil Warnock? And if you cast your mind back to All or Nothing when it first came out with Man City.
Yeah, I saw that. They put a thing together, didn't they, with Pepper and Neil Warnock?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, I've seen that a few times. Staying in that sort of area of Yorkshire, shall we say, Hull. I know it's Humberside, but it's still part of the East Riding of Yorkshire. The only reason I know that is Kate, when it were Hull Huddersfield, said, "Isn't this a derby?" And I said, "No." Apparently it is. So if you're wondering why do you even need to tell us that, it's just because, again, I'm just holding my hands up. I got it wrong, Kate. You got it right. Okay. Never mind, like usual. Shut your face. Preston, though. Preston away from home. A lot better away from home than they are at home. That said, sharp result for them, obviously, against Burnley last weekend when we beat them 3-0. But they managed to get a draw against Luton at Deepdale, midweek. So, not a bad result. But Preston, similar to what we said about Birmingham, hit and miss. Same with Hull. Very tough game to call. How would you put it?
Yeah, this is a very tough game to call. Do you know what? I think with Hull being at home and they're the underdogs, and sometimes I favour the underdogs, and Dan, I'm going to do it this time. I'm going to go for a Hull City win on this one. They are the underdogs, but I feel that they've got something that they can do. I mean, Preston has been playing well of late. I mean, you've beat them. We beat them the week before that as well. You know,
Yeah.
so so it is. I think they're going to be in a bit of a spiral. I know they picked up a point against them, but I
It's a
mean,
tough game.
it
It's
is a
13th versus 14th. They've both got 41 points,
yeah,
both on -9 goal difference. You know, they are literally touching cloth together.
yeah,
It's a very tough one to call.
yeah,
But so I can understand why you've gone for the home side, because at home you'd like to think your fans get behind you.
yeah.
You know,
And
it
Hull,
is a tough.
it's like the same as well. These teams, all these teams now, that's like mid-table and below that, they can literally pull a result out the bag
Yeah,
when you don't expect it. And this is what I don't think. I think there'd be goals in this game, but I think it'd just be by the one goal that Hull will win, whether it's
yeah,
a 2-1 or maybe a 3-2. You know, I think that's what we're looking at here, but it'd just be by the odd goal, which I feel that Hull will do it because obviously with them being home, they got home advantage, and it's like what we said, they can pull it out of the bag, when you don't expect it. So yeah, I'm going to go for a Hull win.
fair shout. You're not on your own in the chat. Luke's gone for a whole win. Foxy says a whole win with a stupid and goal as well. Um,
Yeah,
for once, me and Kate agreed on something. We both went for a draw. We both sat on the fence for this one. It seems she rather enjoys the splinters just as much as I do. So we found common ground. Henry's going with a stupid and to overcome Preston as well, same as what Foxy said. So yeah, you're not on your own with the whole thinking there, which ain't too bad. But we shall see what happens come 5 o'clock on Saturday. Um,
yeah,
Another result we will find out what happens come 5 o'clock will be another Saturday kickoff at 3. It's Luton versus Burnley. Kenilworth Road is a horrible, horrible place to go. The away end, you've got to go through basically someone's backyard to get to the stand. It's a very, very hard game to call.
mm,
Um, you know, Burnley had a little bit of a blip against Watford. We didn't look our best. We were a bit shaky with the passing. We Our keeper had a bit of a mare at the
yeah,
beginning. To be fair, for the goal, turns out he was ill and was substituted at half time. It didn't look good at the time because we all thought maybe he's had that one error and company's just gone, nah, out you go. But not a bad game to have a blip in, to be honest. If you can call that a bad game and still basically effectively steal a point at the end of it and
yeah,
it feel like a victory, then I would take them every single day of the week. However,
yeah,
a trip to Kenilworth Road, Luton still well and truly up in the playoffs, fourth in the table, 3 wins in the last 5. The last 2 they've drawn games away at Coventry and Preston, as I said earlier. But back at Kenilworth Road, it's the pitch and the fans are so close to each other, you could practically
yeah.
kick the ball. Them.
You froze, have you done?
No, I'm here.
Oh, right, I thought you froze. But
No,
yeah,
I
no, I
thought
know what
you
you.
froze, to be honest. I thought we were both just like,
I was waiting. I didn't know you finished your sentence. But no, I can understand what you say. Do you know what Luton's? I might be wrong by saying this, but Luton's ground, it reminds me a bit like Blackpool. Is not the greatest, but when I see the ground, I mean the pitch. The pitch ain't
yeah,
the greatness, and Luton obviously is their home pitch. They got the experience to play on there and that. I thought the size of their pitch as well. I think they've got one of the lowest size pitches in the league
Yeah.
as well. But they're used to it. Top teams can't play on smaller pitches, and sometimes they can't. And we've seen it even in FA Cup bloody games. We've seen it, and the underdogs have knocked the top teams out. But on this one, I think Burnley will give them a game. I think Luton will give you a game as well. You know what? You're going to hate me for this, Dan, but I'm going to go on the fence with this one. I'm not going to go for a Burnley loss. I'm going to go on the fence.
No, that's fair enough, mate. That's fair enough.
That's the only reason I can predict, because don't get me wrong, Burnley's brilliant. You know that you're going to win the league and you're going to go up. That's a fact. But when it comes to something like this, and when it's small pitches and it ain't up to that reasonable standard, I think Burnley might find it a little bit harder. Do you know what I mean? To
Yeah.
play on those conditions. So what I'm saying is that's the reason why I've gone on the fence, and with obviously Luton being home advantage as well. But it's like what I said, you're so many points in front of Sheffield United. I don't think you've got anything to worry about.
We'll see. We will see. I mean, I'd take a point on the road. I won't lie to you. I would happily snap your hand off for a point, but I would prefer it, obviously, if we get all three.
Yeah.
Again, for me, this is a heart over head. My heart's saying, come on, Burnley, let's put them to the sword. My head's saying, a point's good enough. Foxy says Luton 2-1. Thinks that Burnley will suffer defeat. But hopefully that answered your question, Safe, about do I think we'll beat Luton? My heart says yes. My head says no. Kate's gone for a Burnley win. Hopefully they'll bring this back after Tuesday's game. As Luke says there, Muric had flu. He got subbed. Asked Vinny today when I went to the Palmfield. They've really not changed anything at Kenilworth Road. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. It's a horrible, dingy place. Luke's gone for a Burnley win. Fox said, reminds me of the old Dell for Southampton. See, I went to the Dell. I went to the Dell with my uncle. He's a Sheffield Wednesday fan. So he used to sell the fanzines for Sheffield Wednesday. So I had a ticket with him and went to the Dell to watch them against Sheffield Wednesday, which weren't a bad game. I can't remember how it finished, but I was only young. I was only a young whippersnapper at the time.
Yeah.
But no, I agree with that, Fox. You do agree, and it seems Henry does as well. I've gone for a Burnley win. Of course I have. I'm going to back my own. But as I said, I would still be happy with a point on the road.
That was the only reason why I said it. Cause I got nothing against Burnley or anything.
Yeah, no, I totally agree.
But I just feel like with these smaller pitches and they ain't up to the standards of what Burnley plays on, sort of thing. And Luton's got obviously experience on there because it's their pitch. So that's the reason why I thought Burnley would be up for more of a harder task. But you won't come out this game with a loss, No,
well, hopefully not. Hopefully not. Foxy seems to think we will, but you never know. You never know. It's there's a lot of football to be played yet. Speaking of teams that don't seem to be worried about football being played, Borough back at the Riverside. And that win against Sheffield United midweek, what a cracking win. They went 1-0 down early doors, ended up winning this game 3-1. They are scoring for fun at the minute. What Michael Carrick has done there since coming in is nothing short of remarkable. QPR fallen off the picture. Again, similar to a lot of the other sides of the Championship. Do you expect this Borough train to keep on rolling in?
Well, you do expect it, but it's like with QPR. I mean, it only takes one game. It's like they can win this. QPR be by a goal. It could be by a fluke or a winning header or even a penalty. Like, you know what I mean? But I mean, the times. I mean, QPR. They're not playing that, but they're not playing the greatest. They're not playing the crap.
Below you by a point. They're below Bristol City by a point. Is 17th.
They're only
they were kicked in the playoffs about a month, two back.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, but I just feel that Middlesbrough's going to do it on this one. I really do, and I was going to go. I was literally remember this, Dan. I was going to go on the fence, but I'm going to go for a Middlesbrough win.
Nah, I don't blame you,
So
mate.
and
Don't blame you.
almost yeah, almost probably kick myself if the result is a bloody draw on the weekend, but never mind.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Um, let's see what everybody else is saying. Luke says Borough to win. Fox says Borough win. Akpom goal again. Kate's gone for Borough. I too have gone for Borough. So full house for us. Everybody says I think it has to be Borough winning to finish in the playoffs come May.
Yeah.
Bold prediction, and I said this earlier. I think I said this at the beginning of Jan. It wouldn't surprise me if Sheffield United drop off and Borough steal second spot.
Could do. Yeah.
But you never know. You
You never
never
know.
know. Football is a fickle old game. We'll see in the coming weeks. But yeah, a full house for.
And we know anything can happen in the championship.
Oh, it's the most unpredictable league going. Honestly.
Yeah, it is.
Speaking of unpredictability, Coventry, they're taking a trip to New York mid-season warm weather training. By the looks of it, I'm joking. If you're expecting warm weather in Yorkshire, think again. Rotherham at home at the New York Stadium. Coventry, they're the visitors. Coventry sat in 11th, 42 points. They have an outside chance of playoffs. I mean, they're not far off. They're close to the playoff hunt than they are to the relegation zone. Rotherham are in kissing distance as well. Another win for Wigan. And they're matching level on points with Rotherham. So Rotherham only on 33. I think their last 5 won 1, drawn 3, lost. It's again. This is another one. This is a coupon buster that you'd go for because the odds look good, but it could really knacker your bet up.
It could do, yeah. Personally, for me, I can't choose between them, Dan. I mean,
No?
Coventry were good. They were aiming up towards the playoffs a while ago. Do you know what I mean? They were like 8th, and then after they lost a couple, then they were drawing games. And then they had the odd win. Then they would lose, and they would go. So they're like a yo-yo effect. Same as this. Well, Rotherham was down towards the bottom. They've gone up towards up towards the playoffs. So do you know what I mean? I can't really separate them both. So if I can't separate them, I'm going to have to go on the fence with this one.
That makes it interesting because it's another three-way split. Another three-way split.
I was going to go for a Coventry win, but I changed my mind at last minute.
Was you? Well, Henry says Coventry. Luke says a draw. Jack says up the Clarets. Clearly he's drunk. Maybe. But if you had gone for Coventry, you'd have been sat with Kate. Kate's gone for Coventry. I've gone for Rotherham.
Yeah.
I've gone for Rotherham. I've gone for a bit of an upset in this one. I think Rotherham to get the result. Let's find out 5 o'clock. Swiftly moving on then. Your team, your boys, away from home at the Stadium of Light. Now, the Stadium of Light is a very tough place to go. Burnley knew in the first 45 minutes of football after going 2-0 down. Lots of fans pecked off to the pub at half-time thinking game, set, match. We stayed, luckily. I did mention the pub at half-time, but we didn't go. I brought my glasses and we turned the game around 4-2. It was a great game. Absolutely great game. Tony Mowbray's got them doing some wonderful stuff. Bristol City at the minute, powering on, getting through those games. It's another tough ask. But against the big boys, against the teams up there, doing really well, Bristol City thrive on it.
Yeah, they do, yeah. I mean, Bristol City are doing well against the top teams. That's where they're getting their points from. They're managing to get a draw from relegation upwards, it seems to be the lower teams we seem to be struggling against. But we're doing well against the top teams. Sunderland was, well, we were disappointed back in the beginning part of the season because they beat us 2-0. And that was a result that Bristol City did not, we didn't expect that. But I think Bristol City is going to want to do payback for that one. I'm gonna have to back my own team on this one, Dan, and go for City win, Bristol City win, because I have to. They're my own team, and we're playing really well. I look back on it. I think we're undefeated in 10.
Wow,
Looking back
that's
on it,
good going. That
we're undefeated in 10 games. I know sometimes that you might lose, and you think, oh right, well we've gone undefeated in 10, but I feel that I feel that we'll beat Sunderland, and we're balls up against another Huddersfield or somewhere like that, or Cardiff, if you like. That's where our next loss would be, is somewhere like bloody Cardiff City, knowing our luck. So, but yeah, I'm going to back my own team. It's like what I said, we're undefeated in 10 games. So
yeah.
I feel that we'll be all right on it, and we're gonna want to pay back anyway. In this one, because we were hit by quite a few injuries at the beginning part of the season. Our first team players didn't gradually come back until around about, I think it was around about between the third and fifth game of going in, into the season this season. So we've got them back. We've made a couple of signings in January as well. They haven't done too bad. So I feel that we're I go for my team. City win.
No, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Jack's in the chat. He says, "Come on, you Clarets." Totally, Mr. Calm. Totally and utterly agree with you.
Okay.
Yeah, she's gone for a Sunderland win. Do you want me to add insult to injury, Anthony? She actually put a K in Bristol City at first, crossed it out, and put Sunderland.
Oh my God! Not even for a draw.
But that's only because she actually meant to put the away side like she did for Coventry, but put it in the Bristol City one instead. So she crossed it out and went for Sunderland.
We can let her rectify it. She's got her next comment. She's got to say whether it's definitely a Sunderland win or a Bristol City win. We'll give her the benefit of the doubt. All right.
Anthony says, giving you the benefit of the doubt, you can put one more comment in, and you can either confirm a Sunderland win or a Bristol City win. So I'd pick up that phone and make your choice. I will give you that choice now. It's totally up to you. You've got Sunderland win or Bristol City win, or a draw. Don't just be an arse and put draw. But Emmy says Bristol need to pick up points wrong side of the table, but I'm not confident they can beat Sunderland 2-0. Foxy's gone for Bristol City win. Luke's gone for a Bristol City win. Jack's gone for a Sunderland win 2-0. Kate says, I'll go with her. Sunderland win.
Oh, that's terrible. I'm really hurt, man. Well,
to be fair, mate, I've not gone with either of you. I've gone on the fence. I think this is a tough game to call.
I'll take that.
I think it's a tough game to call. It's I think at the stadium. If this was the other way around, Ashton Gate, I'd give it to Bristol City. But Sunderland at home, a very good side to try and break down, and that's my only thinking for going on the fence with it.
Yeah.
I mean, it all happens. We'll see. 2 more games to cover then for this weekend's fixtures. Keep them coming in. Keep your predictions coming. Really do enjoy it. So let's keep this motion going. If you do like the stream already, then drop a like on the video on Facebook. And if you haven't subscribed already, it's free. What are you doing? Subscribe. It's a little button press. That's all it is. And it really does help us grow. And I really do appreciate it. But next up, the Pie Eaters at home against the Canaries. At the DW Stadium. does that it can't stand for draws and wins because they don't seem to get any at home. To be honest, as I'm sure Dave Whelan will contest that. But Wigan at home to Norwich. We've seen Bristol City have beaten Norwich. Some of the other teams around that sort of bottom half have took points off Norwich as well.
Yeah,
it's not looking fully rosy. Is the bigger picture at Norwich under David Wagner at the minute? It started off pretty well.
Yeah,
but again, they're not really ripping it up. Wigan got a great win the other week. They got a fantastic result and got themselves off the bottom and into where are they at 22nd. So another win gets them out of the drop zone. And they've had a win and a draw in the last two. Norwich are surely too strong, though. They have to be.
Well,
in this fixture, they've got to be.
yeah.
Surely.
In this fixture, you would favour Norwich, but I look here. David Wagner's come in and he did well for the couple of games, and obviously they've sunk basically, aren't they? They're in that vicious spiral. I just feel that well, it's like what I said. They are in that vicious spiral because Bristol City beat them. We've beat them, and we obviously drew Wigan last night, 1-1.
Yeah.
But looking at it, both my mates who worked today, that they went and seen both games, and do you know what? They said Wigan was Wigan played better than Norwich against us. So we drew against Wigan. I'm basing it on how we played against them. We drew against Wigan and we beat Norwich. So do you know what, Dan? I'm going to go on the fence with this one.
Good call.
I'm going to go on the fence because I feel that I think that that David Frank, I don't think he's got he's either Norwich's got the players there, but with him trying to say, I don't think they're trying. I think the players are finding it hard to play the way he wants them to play.
Yeah,
I think that's what it is. But I mean, I could be wrong, but that's how it looks like at the minute. Because a team like Norwich, I mean, look at the beginning part of the season. When they got relegated from the Prem, they did not sell one of their players, not one.
No.
And look at them now. They're like, they're not where are they now? Norwich, I think they're about
now they are ninth.
Yeah, I was gonna say 9th or 10th, but I feel that they think they might make playoffs. I don't know, but I just feel that Wigan, you're going to see a different Wigan in this game. We certainly seen a different Wigan last night, and they played better. They played better against us than what Norwich did. So there you go. So that's why I can only go on the fence for this game.
No, that's a fair one. It's a fair shout. People in the chat are saying Luke says Norwich win. Foxy says Norwich win. Sarah with a goal. Kate's gone for Norwich as well. Henry's gone on the fence. I went for Norwich. I'm with the missus. I'm siding with the away side. But yeah, I mean, are Wigan going to emulate Bristol City a little bit and start picking some points up? We shall see. We shall see. And last but not least, it's the battle of the W's. Watford versus West Brom. Vicarage Road. This is a Monday night fixture, 8 o'clock, under the lights at Vicarage Road. A tough fixture to call, really. Watford snuck it well, are at 6th in the table, 47 points. West Brom 10th with 45. A win for West Brom could propel them into the playoffs, depending on results this weekend. However, they've had a win, loss, draw in their last three. Watford have drawn their last three. In fact, Watford haven't won a game haven't won in about 5 games now.
Yeah.
But the performance I saw them put in at Turf Moor the other day, they were a hell bent for leather, better side than what we was. And whether that was, down to us. I don't know, being poor. This one were a tough one to call because West Brom have fallen off. As I say, the Watford stat speaks for itself. In the end, I'll be honest. I'll call it now. I did go for Watford just based on the fact of how they performed against Burnley on Tuesday night. But
Yeah,
you tell us what you think.
I saw what you said. I think Watford, is our this is our game, and is our you to pick from. But what you said, Watford hasn't won in their last 5. But
Yeah,
with Watford being pretty much up there, I feel Watford's due for a win. The way they played against you, I think they're due a win, and I think they'll get this win. I think they'll just edge it, and it's like what I said. I forget people a goal, so I'm going to go for Watford. Who is the manager of Watford? I keep forgetting.
Slaven Bilic.
Village, yeah, Village, yeah. I thought so, yeah. So I feel, yeah, I'll go Salmon Village. I think he'll get the win.
Fair one. You're not on your own. It's a full house. Full house. Kate said she went for a Watford win for the final team. Foxy
Yeah,
said West Brom winning at half time. Watford come back second half to win. Interesting. Luke says draw. Henry says, oh my God, Watford let the game go on West Brom. I know my sister will be happy for a win, but I can see them losing to West Brom as Watford are low in confidence. They are, but we know teams can be low in confidence one week and be absolute shithouses and get a result the week after. That is all the match has done for this game week. We will find out the results in next week's fixtures. But Foxy says here, Watford should be doing much better with the players they have. They've got some really exciting players. João Pedro, Aruja, Martins, Sarr. They've got Premier League quality players of Watford, haven't they? And they should be
yeah,
performing better.
yeah, definitely, yeah. He's still got that Dennis at plays for.
No, he made a big money move to Forest.
Oh, I think, yeah, that's right. You did, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he made a big
Yeah,
money move to
they've had
Forest.
some good players, at Watford, but I mean, they still have now. But I feel
That's me
that,
glad Cockard.
yeah,
What the frig? Either way, we'll
yeah,
roll with
I thought they got the upper hand in that one, mate. So that's why I choose them.
it. Definitely. Anthony, thank you. Really do appreciate it. Again,
That's all right.
where can people go and check out your show tomorrow, 9 o'clock?
Yeah, you can. Well, you've got to check this out first. It's on a Man United channel called is it Football United TV. But I host a show on there called Gunners from All Corners. It's Friday at 9 o'clock. We just get Arsenal fans on there, just chatting content of all Arsenal, the where they playing, how the season's going. Obviously, it hasn't been going good of late, so we're going to have a bit of debate on the show. I think there might be some people arguing against amongst themselves. You never know. I might be one of them, even though I'm hosting it. So that'd be interesting to find out. And you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. My name is Anthony Herbert. Also, Dan, there's a question I want to ask you. 2 days ago was Valentine's Day. What did you get, Kate?
What did I get Kate for Valentine's Day? Well, I bought her a dozen roses.
Oh, right, okay.
I got her some Lint Lindor, Terry's chocolate orange, and I got her a locket.
Yeah.
And she didn't have a clue. And I put a picture of her grandma and granddad in there because I said Valentine's isn't just about the fact that you love me or me loving you. I know that you know, hate the fact that there's nowhere to remember your grandparents by, and this is just a little gift from me to you to say that your grandparents will always be with you. So I went full smash, Hulk smash
That's
down the
that's
sentimental
that's
route.
nice. That's nice. Do you know what? I got my missus a card. I got her some flowers that this is lent on. This thing is lent on. And I got her a mug. She said she wanted a mug. I don't know why, but I got her a mug. She likes John Travolta with Grease, so I got her a Grease mug and that sort of stuff. And put some money in the card as well, and that sort of thing. And she got me a bar of dairy milk, a massive bar, right?
Bloody hell.
I've had one strip out of this. I don't know who's had the rest, but I can guess. Right? I've got socks here saying she loves the shit out of me. Right? And I got some deodorant and all that as well. So yeah, it was good. And we watched and we had a nice meal. We had a nice steak meal as well.
See, we were gonna get we what we normally do is get something from like Marks and Spencer's, get that like that Valentine's meal deal sort of thing.
Yeah.
But we decided to go for Tesco's version this time. We had what I think it was like truffle mac and cheese.
Yeah.
With I think we got a beef bourguignon pie. It were.
Yeah.
And then we stuck some veg with it. Then we had like a white chocolate and raspberry dessert. And then we went half on a bottle of rosé, mixed a bit of lemonade with it because it tasted shit. But yeah, all in all, it weren't too bad. And then obviously we watched Burnley Watford. We sat down romantically and watched Burnley Watford afterwards.
Oh, fair play. Yeah, we had the thing from Asda. We had, for starters, we had like this pasta. It was shaped in love hearts with this sauce and cheesy sauce and all that. So that was nice. Then we had the steak. We had that with peas and mushrooms. We had the chips with the skin on chips, but thick, chunky chips. That was nice. And then we had this velvet cake thing that we had to cook for obviously a dessert. And we
Was
had
it one of them that's got like a gooey centre?
gooey scent, yes, yeah.
Yeah.
That was really nice. And then you go onto Skybox Office, and what it is with this thing with Asda, they give you a code. So you go on there, you type in a code, and they give you a film to watch as well for the maximum of £5 to rent out a film. So we've done that. Watched the film as well. But yeah, it was it was all right. And then I thought, right, fuck this. After the film, I fell asleep and went to bed. Everybody asked me about the old like, nah, didn't happen, mate. But
Nah.
So
Ditto.
Yeah, that's right. But as long as you enjoyed it, mate, you and Kate had a good one. That's
I think it was the fact that Kate obviously had, wasn't expecting me to do that.
No.
That she teared up, I teared up. It was just a beautiful moment, won't lie. Yeah, just sometimes the love is there, it comes out every now and again.
It does, yeah, it does. So but it was good for us. I think she obviously enjoyed it, and that was the main thing as well. But
exactly, love was in the air, but nothing else was.
We had a bottle of what was it called? Prosecco, bottle of Prosecco. She bought one.
I think we could have a choice of like Prosecco, red wine, or rosé.
Yeah.
But see, I'd have gone for the red wine, but Kate doesn't like it.
No, she went for the Prosecco, but it was a dry one. She poured it in the glass, and she had a couple of the mouthfuls. She went, "Oh, I didn't like that." I said, "What are you doing?" She said, "I've thrown it away." I said, "Get out the way, woman! Give me that Prosecco." So I had hers. I drank the whole bottle of Prosecco, and believe you and me,
I can't. Prosecco. I don't like it, mate.
It was because of the money, though. So I thought, well, sod it, ain't gonna
Well,
give away.
yeah.
So I drank it. Felt a little bit tipsy, and then that was it. I was out for the count. So
I surprised you weren't shit for a week after it either. T-Boys is in. Obviously, we did a cracking match preview earlier, which is now, prior to this, I did post it. It is available if you prefer sticking your headphones in and listening to a podcast. It is available on podcast platforms right now. I am going to put it out in the morning so people can listen to it as well and just say that it's available. But it is out on podcast platforms as we speak as well. So do go check it out on Apple Podcasts, Google, and Spotify. As Kate said there, it was more than tearing up. I cried my eyes out, which she did, and then it got me upset because seeing her upset. So it was a touchy moment. Russ says, have a great weekend, all much love. Good luck to yourself, Russ, as well. Good luck to Rotherham this weekend. I've predicted them a good result against Coventry. I know you're a Leeds fan, but we won't hold that against you. Foxy says, I've got my girlfriend some lingerie, made a full English breakfast, but was a night fair trying to find the baked beans over here. And I went to the cinema to watch Avatar. Yeah, me and Kate have mentioned about watching Avatar too. We've not got round to watching it yet. So yeah, just one of those. Guys, thank you very, very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. The weekend is nigh. It is nigh. We wake up tomorrow and it is Friday. So hopefully you will wake up with that little buzz in your step, a bit of positivity, and yeah, all set for a cracking weekend, whatever the football result. Anthony, thanks again as usual. Really do appreciate it. I appreciate everybody's comments in the chat. Keep them coming. As I say, we potentially maybe doing a watch along for the Luton game on Saturday, if I can talk. I say I'm having an operation. I'm having my gum cut into and a tooth removed. That and a cold, I'm going to sound like a right knob if I with a numb mouth. If I do try to do a watch along, which could be pretty funny. But we'll see. We'll see. It's in the pipeline. It's up there in case I do. If I don't, I'll take it down. But let's see what happens. We'll see what happens. Luke says, good luck, guys. Ain't looking forward to our game debate whether to go. Go for it. Go for it. What's this news? You're a supporter, whether you win, lose, or draw. Go for it.
I mean, you did really well in this stream, Dan. You blew your nose earlier, and I've got to tell you, for an hour and 12 minutes, you've had a bit down there on his chin. So,
yeah, there's no there. There's no there. To be fair, I looked. That's the first thing I did. I did, I put myself on mute, did my nose, and then as I pulled this show, I thought, oh, I'm safe.
Yeah.
But no, appreciate you all. I'll let you go and enjoy the rest of your night. As I say, the podcast is available for the Luton versus preview game. So if you want to have a listen, stick your headphones in and send yourself off to the fairies with me in your ear. A scary thought. But until next time, we'll be back with another video very, very soon. Thanks again, Anthony. Thanks again to the guests in the comments. Appreciate it. Till then, stay safe. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Good night.
Go ahead.